Hey everybody, it's Whit again, and I thought I would do a second vlog for y'all today about summer shine. Since it's heating up right now, oily skin is out in full force, and I thought I would give you some products that I have tucked away in my back pocket to really help out my skin in times like this. First product, I love it. I went to Sephora and I told them, look at this. I look like I'm melting. What can I do to really help my skin out and have my makeup stay? And they recommended the Cosmedicine Medi-Matte. I don't know if y'all can really see that. It's really hard to see. Medi-Matte right there. And it's a little pricey, but I have tried and tested it and I love it. It's about $42 and it's an oil control lotion. Basically what it does is you put on the tiniest amount of it before you put on your makeup. So it's kind of like a primer, which I was frankly surprised about because I don't like primers. I just never thought, why would I have to use a primer? That's kind of pointless for me. But you put on a tiny dab, maybe like pea-size amount, and you do not use your other moisturizers with it. So if you use this, skip your moisturizer. This will be your moisturizer for the day, and it really does control the oil on my skin. Now granted, I'm not going to ever have to do touch-ups, because God knows I will definitely have to touch that up eventually in the day, but I have noticed that the skin stays a lot fresher looking, and it helps my makeup stay a lot better for a longer duration of time than, say, 5 minutes after I leave the house. So that's an awesome product to use, Cosmedicine Medi-Matte, and you can find this at Sephora. The next kind of like skincare line, I guess you could say, I love this because it's uber cheap, and I love uber cheap. I got this at Sally's, and it's called the Queen Helene Mint Julep Mask. If you want to see that right there. It's a little bright in my kitchen. But this mask, it's a green monkey mask, and what I do is I slather it all over my skin, you know, maybe like once or twice a week, and it really does help dry out my skin, or, you know, just to, you know, shrink the pores, get all the impurities out. I think this little jar cost me like $3, and it's a really nice mask to use if you just aren't really familiar with masks, or you're like really wanting to try something but you don't want to like go and spend a whole lot of cash. I would definitely recommend this one, and I have noticed that my skin texture is a lot better after using this. Alright, so on to, now that you've got your face prepared, on to things that I use actually makeup wise on my skin. I have bought this. It's NARS Sheer Glow Matte, and I love this stuff. I actually used it. I have 0 left, and if it wasn't so daggum expensive, I would probably buy more. But for the girl that can afford it all the time, I'm so jealous of you, I would definitely buy this. It's, I think, $40, $44, something in that range, from Sephora. Or if you're lucky enough to have a NARS counter, you can always pick it up there. I have noticed that putting this on, the texture is very, you know, seamless. Like usually when I put on liquid foundation, you know, you get that shine and then it'll gradually go away. This, I feel like I put it on, it's just putting on air. It's really nice. The coverage is moderate, which in the summer you probably don't want to wear liquid foundation all the time anyways, but for something that you're like maybe dressing up and going out on a night out of town, this would be a really good product to have, and it did help my makeup stay a lot longer than, you know, something else. So that's really good. Now, when I put that stuff on, or if I put on any makeup, really, like, the makeup that you put on, you don't want to use that same makeup to touch up throughout the rest of the day, because then it kind of looks cakey, and, you know, you don't want to end up looking like Tammy Faye Baker by the end of the afternoon. So, the powder that I use, this is what I use to touch up all the time, is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. And this stuff, you get a whole heck of a lot of it, but it's really light. I just kind of like take a brush and I swirl it around and buff it all over my skin, and it's really gonna like soak up that oil, but not give you that cakey, matted on, you know, look. And if I can recommend any type of tip to y'all, if y'all don't have this powder, or if you have like a powder that you think is amazing, I would definitely put it on with a brush. Really, like those like powder compact little circle things are awesome when you first put it on. Not so awesome when you pat down and all of a sudden you got like this big old blob of makeup. It's not pretty. It's just, no. So definitely check out the MAC. Now on to eyes. Now, it's really strange to me because I don't like primer in the slightest. It's just something that I thought was like a gimmick by makeup people to be like, oh, buy this product, you know, it's gonna save your makeup or whatever. But I will say, for my eyes, you know, I definitely don't want that ugly crease, and it's like from blinking from your eyelid, folding so many times. And I mean, frankly, like, that's something that you definitely have to get like a steady base for. Now, I will show you two products. This I got as like a freebie, the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I always saw a lot of makeup gurus talk about this product, like, oh my gosh, it's a holy grail of eyeshadow primer or whatever. And it's awesome. I'm not going to say it's not, because it really does, it keeps my eyeshadow in check, like it doesn't crease. But for a gal that doesn't really believe in primers, I'd rather buy a product that does the same job but adds a little something something. So I bought, this was before I had this, I've always used the MAC paint pots. Now, a lot of people are like, paint pot, you know, whatever. But I got it in Rubenesque, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's like a really pretty gold, shimmery pot, and it's, you know, it's like a cream eyeshadow. And they come in various colors. This is by MAC. But, I mean, for this, I use this as a contour shade and as a primer. So, what I do every morning is I swivel, swipe all over the eye, and then you get a pretty gold shimmer right here. It's not like a gold, you know, it's not bright or anything like that, but it does add a little something something to your eye, and it helps my eyeshadow stay. So for me, would I be buying this again or this again? It's going to be this one. So, and not to say that Urban Decay doesn't come out with like the same thing as, like, I think they have like Sinful, and it's like a golden shimmer too. So, I mean, you can get either one, but for me, this, I can see, I can dig out, I can like really work it. I've had this thing for probably 2 years, maybe 3, and I've barely hit like the halfway mark, and I use it every day. And this little guy, I hate these sponge tip applicators. This little guy is awesome, gives you enough for like one eyeball, dip, another eyeball. But trick, if you already have this, crack it open, because there's so much more stuff in there. I want you to get your full money's worth out of it, and just use like one of those like little sample pots that makeup people can give you, and really get your money's worth, because this is cute but doesn't give you enough product. End of rant. Okay, so last but not least, hair. Gotta love some gorgeous little hair do's and whatever. My hair, God bless my lovely mama for giving me some oily hair, but it's oily. And you know, in the summer when you do this, like, oh, I gotta get my bangs out of the way, I gotta straighten them, you're making so much more oil right here, it's ridiculous. And then you go home, and when you have like this PC action going on in all your pictures, you're gonna be like, oh crap, why did I touch my hair to begin with? So my solution to you is to prepare in advance. How do you do that? Well, it's with a good old hairspray. Duh. I don't think I really have to give a review on this. If you don't have it, spend the $6. I'll ship it to you myself if you do not have it. It's amazing. It's called Freeze It, Original Freeze. Unless you're going to prom or a pageant, you don't need nothing more than the original. The other stuff, you will not move your head for days. No one wants a football helmet head. Alright, just stick with the original. Anyways, alright. I don't like to use hairspray. I know, I don't like to use hairspray. That's kind of hard to imagine. But I don't like the texture. I like to do this to my hair a lot. I like to just pump it up and stuff. But when I want my hair to stay big and when I tease it and look all, you know, like I'm going somewhere, I do like it to stay. So I use this. But on days where it gets hot, once a week, even like now, my hair's not like all fancy or anything like that right now, but on days like this, I will just lightly spray. Done. You can brush it out, you can play with your hair for all I care, but a light spray a day will keep your hair a lot less oily than if you had just sprayed it with nothing. And I mean, who wants to have oily hair? You'll thank me later when y'all go out to those bars and you're touching your bangs and you're just, yeah, you'll be like, oh, Whit was right. Look at my hair. It's so pretty. Anyways, so those are my shine tips. So, shine on vloggers. No pun intended. Well, yeah, it was. Anyways, I'm sorry this vlog is a lot longer than normal, but I had a lot more product to talk about. So I hope y'all have a great rest of the week, and catch you later. Bye, y'all.